The SNC Lavalin affair has been dominating the headlines for weeks. As we reported earlier in the newscast, Jody Wilson-Raybould's claims of political interference have seriously shaken the Trudeau government. So who has the better communication strategy, and could the PMO have handled the fallout differently? Joining us to discuss this is crisis management strategist and author Melissa Agnes. So thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me, Maya.
So there's just so much to dig into here. First of all, the Prime Minister expressed regret on Thursday. He talked about an erosion of trust, but he didn't apologize. What do you think of that statement?
So it's interesting. One, people wanted an apology. And then when you look at it, you think, what would he have apologized for, considering his statements previously? And when we're looking at, first of all, politics is always controversial. So that's just, part of the game. But when you're managing a controversial issue, you have to, there's a formula for it, it's a crisis strategy formula for it. And so first is understanding the dynamics, right? Getting a clear understanding of the impact, the risks, and the values of the organization. That is your guiding beacon. For Trudeau and for the Liberal Party, that has been one of those values, is maintaining resilience and sustaining employment for the middle class. So that's one of the things that he's been legging up on.
Jobs. We were trying to save jobs.
Exactly. And he can't waver on that. So if he apologizes, what is he apologizing for when he's saying that he did not go against that value or those values? So it's this interesting dynamic. It's almost an impossible situation. He could have absolutely spoken with more passion and conviction, which we're so used to seeing him do in a lot of times. And then conversely, other times he sticks to the script and he doesn't waver from his talking points.
Which is what we saw at the beginning when he said, we did not direct her to do this.
Yep.
That was a clear talking point.
What he did. No matter what question came at him, he reverted back to his talking points.
Was that problematic?
And absolutely. What it does is it implants doubt rather than trust. And that was the biggest mistake he made right out of the gates.
How do you think this is affecting the Liberal brand? Sunny ways, the feminist Prime Minister, reconciliation, gender parity, all of these issues seem to be wrapped up into this one controversy.
Yes. So there's always a high-risk scenario. There's always several high-risk scenarios. So they're the most likely high-impact types of issues and crises that any organization, political or not political, are vulnerable and prone to. The whole societal trends, societal trends are a high-risk scenario potentially, and the entire movement on women's rights, women equality, or gender equality, and just the support of minorities, society standing against discrimination as a total right now. And the Prime Minister is very aware of that, and this is really prominent, and this is the biggest issue right now moving forward that he has to communicate and respond to with conviction, with the passion that we love about him, and also with transparency in his actions. He's already admitted that there's gaps within his administration and with the governance of all of it. He has to fix those, and he has to fix those with that compassion, that conviction.
How can he shift the narrative? Because some commentators have been suggesting that he may have a problem with women. We saw 2 women resign from cabinet. We saw a backbencher MP, Selena Caesar-Chavannes, say, I'm not going to run again. The Prime Minister yelled at me when I brought my concerns to him. What does he do?
Right now, this is exactly it. So in order to effectively manage any crisis, you need to communicate effectively and you need to take effective action. You have to do both of those things simultaneously and very, very well in order to successfully manage the incident, the crisis. This is a crisis within the crisis. And let's say this is an issue within the crisis that he has the control right now to de-escalate or to allow to escalate into a crisis. He has to hit that head on. No more sticking to talking scripts that instill doubt rather than trust. So speak from the heart and showcase the values that the country loves about him, and it is his feminism. It is his, support of all of the inequalities that exist right now within our society. And so he has to demonstrate that through communication. He also has to take the actions to prove that with conviction and with transparency moving forward, without kind of sidelining anything, without just saying we're going to do this. Show us how you're doing it so that we believe you and we trust you, and do that without sticking to those talking scripts.
Okay, very interesting insights. Thank you again for coming in.
Thank you.